What if everything you've been taught about life was wrong? What if the reality you live in, the job, the relationships, the limitations, isn't just something that happens to you, but something you're unconsciously creating in every moment? We've been told the world is solid, predictable, mechanical, but science, quantum science, says otherwise. It says we're all energy, and energy listens. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain. You're going to see why your thoughts, your feelings, even your beliefs aren't just floating ideas. They're blueprints for everything you're experiencing right now. Stay until the end and you'll never think or feel the same way again. Part 1. The Invisible Blueprint. How your thoughts build your reality. There's a quiet illusion we've all inherited. It's the idea that life is happening out there, outside of us, that we're merely observers, powerless passengers in a world of chaos, coincidence, and random outcomes. We're told to chase goals, to fix ourselves, to react to circumstances, and in that chase, we forget the most powerful truth of all. You are not separate from your reality. You are the architect of it. Let that sink in, because once you do, the world as you know it will begin to dissolve, replaced by a deeper, more empowering truth. This is part 1 of our journey into quantum manifestation, and today we start where all true creation begins, with the invisible blueprint. Section 1. The Myth of the Outside World. From the time we're children, we're handed a story. We're taught that reality is solid, that the world is fixed, that things like money, success, health, or even happiness must be earned, chased, or fought for. We grow up watching people strive, struggle, compete, and eventually we do the same. But few ever ask, is this story even true? Science now says it isn't. Not even close. Because beneath the surface of everything that appears solid, your phone, your desk, your own body, is vibration. Quantum physics reveals that all things, including your thoughts and feelings, are made of the same fundamental material. Energy. Which means your mind isn't just interpreting reality, it's shaping it at the deepest level. Section 2. The Quantum Truth. Let's strip this down to the basics. In classical physics, the world you learned about in school, everything is made of atoms. Atoms form molecules. Molecules form matter. Simple, right? But when scientists started studying atoms more closely, especially at the quantum level, they discovered something strange. Atoms aren't solid. In fact, particles don't exist as fixed things until they're observed. Before that moment, they exist as a wave of infinite possibilities, a sea of potential. And that wave collapses into one reality only when attention is placed on it. This is known as the observer effect, and it shattered everything we thought we knew about how the universe works. Reality doesn't just exist. It responds to observation, to awareness, to you. Let's say that again. Reality doesn't happen to you. It responds to you. The implications? Massive. It means your thoughts are not passive. They're participatory. Every belief, every emotion, every focused thought is like a blueprint. And the quantum field, it listens, it reflects, it responds. Section 3. Thoughts as frequencies. So what does this mean in everyday life? Let's bring it down from theory to practice. Imagine your thoughts as frequencies. Each time you think, I can't do this, or I never have enough, you emit a low, constricted vibration. And the quantum field, which mirrors your inner state, returns more of that frequency in the form of life events, people, and outcomes. Now flip it. When you think, I am powerful, I am worthy, or I am becoming everything I was meant to be, you shift your frequency upward, and the field shifts with you. This isn't philosophy, it's resonance. It's the same principle that allows radio towers to transmit to the exact frequency of your car stereo. Your brain is a transmitter. Your heart is a magnet. Together, they create a vibrational imprint on reality. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe. And belief is simply a thought you've repeated so many times, it became the code. Section 4. The code running your life. Most of us live inside a mental operating system we didn't even choose. We inherited beliefs from parents, from school, from past trauma, from a society that says play small, don't hope too much, just be realistic. And then we wonder why we keep reliving the same loops, wanting love but attracting emotionally unavailable people, craving wealth but feeling broke, month after month, desiring peace but waking up anxious every single morning. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Because once you become aware that your inner world is writing the script of your outer world, you can start to change it. You can rewrite the code. Section 5. The Blueprint Audit Practical Exercise. Let's pause for a second and do something powerful. Grab a journal or open the Notes app on your phone. Ask yourself these questions. 1. What are the 3 beliefs I hold about myself that are limiting me? 2. Where did these beliefs come from? 3. Who would I be without them? 4. What do I choose to believe instead? Now look at the gap between your current identity and your desired reality. That gap, it's just unconscious code. Thoughts, patterns, emotions that need to be brought to light. And once you see them clearly, they begin to dissolve. You can't change what you're not aware of, but awareness alone is transformational. This is the moment you become conscious. This is where the blueprint begins to change. Section 6. Science meets spirit. If all this sounds spiritual, that's because it is, but it's also scientific. Quantum physics doesn't care about your background, your past, or your beliefs. It simply reflects energy. And guess what? You are energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your emotions are energy. When aligned, they form a coherent field of intention. And that's when manifestation becomes predictable, reliable, inevitable. There's no guessing game, no waiting on fate, no hoping something out there will change, because the real shift always begins within. Section 7. Why you keep getting the same results and how to stop. Let's address a tough truth. Most people repeat the same year 70 times and call it a life. Why? Because their inner blueprint never changes. They might try a new job, or start a new relationship, or move to a new city, but the patterns follow them, because wherever you go, your frequency follows. You can't outrun your energy. You have to reprogram it. And it starts by shifting your identity from victim of reality to creator of it. You're not here to react. You're here to direct. And that's not just empowerment. That's physics. Section 8. Rewiring your inner world step by step. Here's how you begin to shift. 1. Become aware. Start noticing the thoughts that run through your mind. Don't judge them. Just observe. 2. Interrupt the pattern. When a thought like, I'm not good enough, arises, pause. Take a breath and silently say, that's the old code. I'm installing something new. 3. Install a new belief. Choose one new empowering belief today. Say it, write it, visualize it, feel it in your bones. 4. Anchor with emotion. Emotion is the glue that makes thoughts stick. So feel the joy, the freedom, the power, as if your new belief is already true. 5. Repeat until it becomes default neurons that fire together, wire together. Make your new identity a habit. Section 9. Reality as feedback loop. Life isn't testing you, it's mirroring you. If you want to know what frequency you're on, just look around. Your relationships, your bank account, your health, your peace. They're all feedback, not punishment. And when you shift internally, the mirror shifts too. You don't need to change the world. Just change what the world is reflecting. That's the quantum shift. Section 10. The awakening begins. You've heard the phrase, thoughts become things. It's not a cute slogan. It's a quantum fact. Your thoughts are building the scaffolding of tomorrow's reality today. The only question is, are they building what you want or what you fear? Because once you understand this truth, not just intellectually, but viscerally, you will never see life the same way again. You'll stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what energy am I bringing to this moment? That's the real awakening. That's where transformation starts. And in part 2, we'll take it even deeper. We'll explore the observer effect and how simply focusing your attention shapes the world around you in ways you've never imagined. But for now, ask your audience, in what area of your life are you ready to rewrite the blueprint? Drop your answer in the comments below. Let's start manifesting together. Subscribe for part 2. We're about to explore how your awareness literally collapses reality into form. Part 2, the observer effect. Why the universe waits for you. They say seeing is believing, but quantum science whispers something far more radical. Believing is seeing. In this second chapter of our quantum journey, we dive into one of the most mind-bending, reality-shattering discoveries ever made in science, the observer effect. What you're about to discover isn't just theory. It's the key to unlocking a level of creative power most people live their entire lives blind to. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to attract success, love, or abundance without forcing it, and why others struggle even when they try everything right, this is where the curtain gets pulled back. Section 1. The quantum stage. Let's start with the science. In the early 1900s, physicists were experimenting with light and matter, trying to understand how particles behave. They discovered something strange. When light was fired through two slits, it created an interference pattern, as if it were a wave. But when someone observed it, the pattern changed. It behaved like a particle. What changed? Only one thing: the presence of an observer. This was the beginning of the observer effect. It revealed something profound. Until something is observed, it doesn't exist in a fixed form. It exists in a state of potential. Read that again. Everything, every possibility, every version of your life, every outcome exists in a state of infinite potential until you observe it, until you bring your attention to it, and that attention collapses the wave into a single reality. Section 2. You are the collapser of worlds. Let's zoom out from lab experiments and into your life. Right now, there are infinite versions of your future. The one where you fall in love with someone who sees your soul, the one where your dream career blossoms, the one where your health transforms, the one where you finally feel free. All of these futures exist in the quantum field, but only one becomes real. And the one that does is the one you give your focus, your emotion, and your belief to. Your attention is the selector. Your emotion is the activator. This is not metaphor. This is mechanics. In quantum physics, observation isn't passive, it's creative. It doesn't just witness reality, it chooses it. Section 3. Attention equals energy equals creation. Let's bring this into your daily life. Every moment you're awake, your mind is observing something. It's focusing on problems, dreams, fears, desires, regrets, hopes. And where you focus, that's where your energy flows. So the question becomes, what reality are you giving your attention to? Because whatever you consistently observe, through thought, belief, or emotion, begins to solidify. Let's say you constantly think, I'm not enough. Guess what the universe observes you affirming? A reality where you're always trying to become enough. Now flip it. When you shift your observation to, I am becoming powerful. I am aligned. I am a magnet for miracles. You start tuning into that version of reality, and the quantum field begins to organize around that observation. Section 4. The mirror principle. Imagine the universe as a mirror. It doesn't judge. It doesn't prefer. It simply reflects what you observe. If you walk up to a mirror frowning, it won't smile back. But the moment you change your expression, the reflection changes instantly. Same with the quantum field. You don't change the reflection by fixing the mirror. You change it by shifting you. Most people make the mistake of trying to rearrange the outside world without ever shifting the way they're observing it. They say, I'll believe in abundance once I see money in my account. But the field responds, show me belief first, and then I'll show you the money. This is the paradox. You must believe before the evidence shows up. You must observe the potential before it collapses into form. Section 5. Breaking the loop of unconscious observation. Let's get real. Most of us are stuck in loops, thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, reacting to the same circumstances. It's not because we're broken, it's because we're observing our past on repeat. We wake up and replay yesterday. We remember the pain. We focus on what's missing. We observe limitation. And by doing so, we reinforce that version of reality. The past keeps showing up because you keep tuning into it. So how do you break the loop? You make a conscious choice to observe something new. Not later, not someday. Now you shift your focus, not to what is, but to what can be. And when you do that consistently, the quantum field begins to collapse a new reality around your new observation. Section 6. How to use the observer effect in real life. Here's where we turn theory into practice. You don't need a physics degree to use this. You just need intention. Here's how to apply the observer effect consciously. 1. Morning focus ritual. Before your feet touch the ground, ask, what version of me do I want to observe today? Visualize that version. See it. Feel it. Become the observer of that identity. 2. Set a conscious cue. Pick an object, your phone, your keys, your mirror. Every time you see it, pause and ask, what am I observing right now? Lack or potential? Redirect your focus to what you want to create. Third evening collapse. At night, reflect, where did I place my attention today? If your mind wandered to fear, forgive it. Then observe something different. What you're grateful for, what went well, what you're stepping into. These practices may seem small, but remember, quantum shifts don't require force. They require focus. Section 7. Collapse it before it happens. Here's the most empowering part. The observer effect isn't just about reacting to what already exists. It's about collapsing what hasn't happened into reality. That means you can pre-create experiences. Want to launch a new business? See it succeeding. Feel the energy of it impacting people. Observe that reality with conviction, and the quantum field will begin folding time and events to meet you. Want to heal from something emotional or physical? Observe the version of you who is already whole. Feel the lightness, the freedom, the strength. You're not tricking the universe. You're tuning your frequency to the version that already exists in the field and collapsing it into now. Manifestation is simply the observer effect, used on purpose. Section 8. Why the universe waits. Here's what no one tells you. The universe is not ignoring you. It's waiting for you to decide what you want to see, waiting for your attention to lock in, waiting for you to shift from observer by default to creator by choice. And when you do, the quantum field moves mountains, because it was never about deserving. It was always about aligning. The universe isn't deciding your destiny, it's reflecting your focus. The moment you observe your future as if it's already here, you bring it one step closer. Section 9. This is not just science, it's sacred. You might feel it now. This isn't just physics, it's spiritual, it's emotional, it's transformational, because it returns your power. It ends the illusion that you're a victim of chance or chaos, and it brings you to the edge of something beautiful, responsibility. Not in the heavy sense, but in the holy sense. You are responsible for what you observe, and therefore responsible for what becomes real. That's not pressure, that's permission. Section 10. The shift has already begun. Right now, in this very moment, you're observing. Even reading this is an observation, and your mind is collapsing meaning, frequency, intention into your consciousness. The only question is, what do you want to make real? You're not here to watch life from the sidelines. You're here to choose, to collapse, to create. Because the universe is patient, but it's also precise. It's not waiting because it's slow. It's waiting for clarity, for alignment, for you. So what will you observe next? Comment below. What new reality are you choosing to observe starting today? Write it, claim it, collapse it into being. Subscribe for part 3. Emotion equals fuel. The missing link between thought and manifestation. Because in the next chapter, we'll dive deep into the real engine of creation, emotion, and how it can either block or supercharge your manifestations. End screen visuals, stars blinking into view, then collapsing into a brilliant light. One beam remains and zooms into a pair of human eyes, slowly opening. Part 3. Emotion equals fuel. The missing link between thought and manifestation. We've explored how your thoughts shape your reality. We've seen how the universe responds to what you observe. But now we step into the engine room. The spark, the amplifier, the heartbeat of manifestation, emotion. Because here's the truth most people miss. Thoughts are electric, but emotions are magnetic. You can have the perfect affirmation, the clearest intention, the sharpest focus. But if it's not fueled by authentic emotion, it's like typing a destination into GPS without ever turning the key. Today we unlock the power of emotion and why it's not just a feeling. It's the fuel that drives your reality into form. Section 1. Why emotion isn't optional. It's foundational. Let's be honest. How many times have you said an affirmation like, I am abundant, I attract love, I believe in myself, but inside, you didn't really feel it. You were going through the motions, trying to think your way into a new life. But here's what quantum reality demands. You don't manifest what you say, you manifest what you feel. Emotion is the language of the subconscious mind, and your subconscious is the gateway to the quantum field. Section 2. The science behind emotion and energy. Every thought you have creates an electrical signal in your brain, but every emotion you feel creates a magnetic field around your body, measurable up to 8 feet away. Your heart is the most powerful electromagnetic generator in your body. This means, when you think a thought and feel an emotion, you create a complete energetic signature. That signature is your broadcast. And the universe? It responds not to what you want, but what you broadcast consistently. Thoughts send the signal out. Emotions draw the experience in. Without emotion, your desires are a whisper. With emotion, they become a roar in the quantum field. Section 3. Why positive thinking alone doesn't work. Ever tried to stay positive and it backfired? You were thinking happy thoughts, visualizing success, but underneath it all, you still felt anxious, undeserving, or skeptical. That's because the emotional frequency didn't match the thought. Manifestation doesn't respond to your surface thoughts. It responds to your core feelings. And those core feelings, the ones you practiced for years, often override your conscious intentions. So if you're affirming abundance, but deep down feel like money always slips away, the universe reads the emotion, not the sentence. If you're visualizing love, but your heart is carrying betrayal, fear, or shame, that's the real frequency you're broadcasting. Here's the good news. Emotions are not fixed. They can be felt, observed, shifted, and chosen. Section 4. The emotional set point and how it keeps you stuck. Every person has a dominant emotional set point, a frequency range you live in most of the time. Some people live in low-frequency states, anxiety, fear, guilt, resentment. Others live in high-frequency states, gratitude, joy, peace, inspiration. Your emotional set point is like a thermostat. No matter what happens externally, your internal system pulls you back to your default. Get a promotion? Temporary spike. Get rejected? You spiral for days. The real work is in raising that set point permanently, so joy becomes your norm, gratitude becomes your foundation, and manifestation becomes your default. Section 5. The 5 core high-frequency emotions that supercharge manifestation. Let's break it down. These are the 5 emotional states that unlock your creative power. 1. Gratitude. This is the I already have it emotion. When you feel gratitude before receiving something, you collapse time. You magnetize the future into the present. Gratitude is the frequency of receivership. 2. Love. Love isn't just a romantic emotion. It's a high-frequency field that dissolves resistance. When you're in love with life, with the process, with yourself, creation flows. 3. Joy is the ultimate permission slip. When you feel joy without needing a reason, you send a message to the universe. I trust. I'm open. I'm ready. 4. Excitement. This is the emotional signature of alignment. When you feel truly excited about your vision, your energy becomes electric. 5. Belief. This is the glue that holds your vision. It doesn't mean ignoring doubt. It means choosing trust even when it's scary. Section 6. The emotional feedback loop. Your reality feeds your emotions, but your emotions also feed your reality. This creates a loop. If you wake up and feel discouraged, you're more likely to observe a discouraging reality. And that discouraging reality reinforces the feeling. The key is to interrupt the loop by injecting a new emotion, even if circumstances haven't changed yet. You don't wait to feel it once it's real. You feel it to make it real. This is the moment where you become a conscious creator instead of an emotional reactor. Section 7. How to access elevated emotions on demand. Now let's make this practical. You don't need a life-changing event to feel a high-frequency emotion. You can create the emotional signature in your body right now. Here's how. Step 1. Breathe deeply. Shift out of your head and into your body. Slow, deep breathing changes your state instantly. Step 2. Visualize the desired experience. Close your eyes, picture your future self, the one who's already living the reality you desire. Where are you? Who's around you? How do you feel? Step 3. Amplify the emotion. Now turn up the volume on that feeling. Let joy flood you. Let gratitude pour in. Let belief anchor you. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real and imagined emotion. It just records the frequency, and the universe reads it. Section 8. The resistance block. When emotions backfire, sometimes when you try to feel gratitude or joy, you hit a wall. Why? Because your subconscious brings up resistance. I don't deserve this. It's not working. This is fake. This is normal. Don't fight it. Don't fake it. Just pause and ask, what emotion am I currently sitting in, and where did it come from? Often that emotion comes from an old belief, a past wound, a moment you haven't healed. Instead of bypassing it, you honor it. You breathe into it. You tell your nervous system, we're safe, we're shifting, and then you move forward. Emotion is not about perfection, it's about intention. Section 9. Rehearsing the future with feeling. Athletes use this. Actors use this. Manifestors use this. It's called mental rehearsal. You sit with your desired future and feel it over and over until it becomes familiar. So familiar, in fact, that it stops being a dream and starts being your identity. This is how you rewire the brain. This is how you condition the nervous system. This is how you become the frequency before the reality shows up. When your body emotionally believes the future is real, the future gets pulled toward you like a magnet. Section 10. Emotion is the gateway to the field. Here's the cosmic truth. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you hope. It responds to what you embody. Emotion is the evidence that you believe. Emotion is the energy signature that tells the universe, this is who I am now. And once you anchor that emotional frequency, life begins to align with it. Opportunities appear. People show up. Circumstances shift. Not because you forced it, but because you finally matched it. You aligned your internal world with the external reality you've been seeking, and the field always reflects alignment. Section 11. A final truth. Let's be real for a moment. Emotion is hard. It's vulnerable. It asks you to open, even when the world taught you to close. But on the other side of that vulnerability, power, manifestation, miracles. You are not just a thinker, you are a feeler. And your emotions are not weakness, they're voltage. They're the bridge between thought and reality. Use them wisely, use them intentionally, use them with heart, because your dreams are waiting for you to feel them before they can find you. Ask your audience, what emotion are you choosing to live in today, and why? Drop it in the comments. Let that emotion ripple into the field. Subscribe for part 4. You are already manifesting. The question is, what? Because now that you understand the power of emotion, it's time to ask a more honest question. What have you already been creating without realizing it? End screen visuals. Warm golden light over a hilltop, sun rising. A figure smiles. Not because the world changed, but because they did. Part 4. You are already manifesting. The question is, what? Here's something most people never realize. You don't start manifesting when you learn about the law of attraction. You've been doing it since the day you took your first breath. You're a manifester by nature, not by choice. But if you're always manifesting, the question shifts from how do I manifest to something far more important. What am I manifesting unconsciously? This is the part no one talks about. The hidden engine, the silent agreement you've made with yourself, based on your past, your patterns, your pain. Because if your reality isn't what you want, then somewhere inside, there's a frequency you didn't know you were broadcasting. In this chapter, we expose that frequency. We examine it, and then we rewrite it. Section 1. The anatomy of unconscious manifestation. Every moment of every day, you are projecting signals. Emotional, energetic, mental, and the quantum field is responding. Neutrally, precisely, faithfully. But here's the catch. Most people are broadcasting from old data, from childhood wounds, from teenage heartbreaks, from that one moment someone said, "You're not enough." And now, without realizing it, they create lives that match those invisible beliefs. The woman who always dates unavailable partners. The man who sabotages success the moment he gets close. The entrepreneur who fears being seen, so no one sees them. These aren't flaws. They're manifestations of unconscious programming. You've been manifesting perfectly, just based on outdated software. Section 2. Your brain is a prediction machine. Let's talk neuroscience. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you safe, based on what it predicts will happen. And it makes those predictions based on one thing, your past. So if in the past love meant pain, the brain predicts more pain and makes you afraid of love. If success brought pressure, the brain associates ambition with burnout and shuts you down. The brain isn't trying to sabotage you, it's trying to protect you from what it thinks will happen. But the brain's model of reality is limited. It can only project what it's seen. This is where conscious manifestation begins, by choosing to no longer let the past predict your future. Section 3. The 3 silent signals you're sending. Every day you manifest from 3 core systems. 1. Your thoughts. What you think about most becomes a structure of your inner world. Worry, fear, hope, desire, all carry frequency. 2. Your emotions. Your emotional baseline is the dominant vibration you broadcast. If guilt is your default, the field reflects situations that reinforce guilt. 3. Your identity. This is the deepest signal of all, who you believe yourself to be. Your identity sets the ceiling for what you allow yourself to receive. If you see yourself as someone who always almost makes it, guess what shows up? Opportunities that almost work out. People who almost love you. Projects that almost succeed. Because you will never manifest beyond what you believe you deserve. Section 4. How to diagnose your current manifestation pattern. Let's get practical. Ask yourself these 4 questions. 1. What do I consistently experience that frustrates me? 2. What belief must I hold to keep recreating that experience? 3. Where did that belief come from? Whose voice is it? 4. What new belief would create a different reality? Starting now. This process is uncomfortable. It's raw. But this is where power begins. When you trace the output back to its source, you can change the code. You cannot change what you pretend not to know. So today, we stop pretending. Section 5. The loop of familiar struggle. Most people are addicted to the familiar. Not consciously, emotionally. The brain loves certainty, even if the certainty is painful. It would rather keep you in a known cycle of failure than risk an unknown success. Ever notice how you're about to experience a breakthrough and something goes wrong? That's not bad luck. That's the internal set point pulling you back to what's emotionally familiar. The body becomes addicted to the emotional chemistry of struggle and calls it safety. You are not broken. You are just rehearsing an outdated identity. And now, it's time to retire it. Section 6. Interrupting the cycle. Becoming a conscious creator. Here's where everything changes. If you've been manifesting unconsciously, good. That means your system works. Now you can start using it consciously. Here's how. Step 1. Observe without shame. Notice your patterns without guilt. This is not about blame. It's about awareness. Step 2. Declare a new identity. Not someday. Today. Say it. Write it. Feel it. I am a person who, Nadia, I manifest because I believe on Adimas. Step 3. Feel it is done. Drop the desire. Pick up the decision. Feel what it's like to already be the person who has what you seek. Step 4. Take small, aligned action. Every action reinforces the new identity. You're not waiting on a sign. You're becoming the signal. Section 7. The emotional charge behind your creations. Let's revisit something from part 3. Emotion is the fuel. If you unconsciously associate love with loss, your creations will avoid intimacy. If you associate wealth with danger, your income will stall. But once you become aware of those emotional blueprints, you can begin feeling your way into a new reality. Shift the emotion, shift the energy, shift the outcome. Your body is not the barrier. It's the broadcast tower. Tune the frequency and the signal changes. Section 8. The Daily Manifestation Reset Ritual. Want to reprogram your unconscious blueprint? Do this every morning for 7 days. 1. Wake up in silence. Before reaching for your phone, breathe and become present. 2. Affirm out loud, I am a conscious creator. I release what no longer serves. I embody what already is. 3. Visualize the day ahead, not as it might go, but as if it already went perfectly. 4. Feel the emotional tone of success, not as fantasy, but as frequency. 5. Move into the day with certainty. Even if nothing changes outside, something massive has shifted within, and the quantum field will know. Section 9. Becoming the attractor, not the chaser. Here's the shift most people never make. They stay stuck in chase mode, trying to make things happen, pushing, forcing, hustling. But real manifestation doesn't come from force. It comes from frequency. You don't chase, you attract, not because you're lucky, but because you're aligned. You don't have to manipulate the world. You just have to become the version of you who no longer needs to. That version already exists. You're just tuning to it. Section 10. You've been powerful all along. Let's bring it home. You've been manifesting this whole time. That unexpected email, that friend who ghosted, that job that slipped away just when you thought it was yours. All of it was part of a pattern, a code, a broadcast. And the best part? If you created it unconsciously, you can create something better consciously. This is not about controlling reality. It's about harmonizing with it. Align your thoughts, cleanse your emotions, uplift your identity, and the quantum field will adjust. Not because you forced it, but because you finally stopped resisting it. Ask your audience, what is one unconscious belief you're ready to rewrite? Starting today, drop it in the comments. Make it real. Let the community reflect your decision back to you. Subscribe for part 5. How to align with your desire and let it come to you. Because next we reveal the art of non-resistance and how surrender isn't about giving up. It's about tuning in. End screen visuals. A person stands at the edge of a cliff, arms open, wind rushing past. They're not jumping. They're receiving. Part 5. How to align with your desire and let it come to you. We've traveled far in this journey. You've seen how your thoughts shape the world, how your emotions act as the magnet, how your identity writes the blueprint of your experience. But now we arrive at the final piece, the part that separates effortless manifestation from endless frustration: alignment. Because here's the truth that most people never hear. You don't get what you want through force. You receive it when you align. Desire is not something you chase. It's something you become available for. And today you'll learn exactly how to do that. Section 1. Why force fails and always will. Let's start with a hard truth. Most people are manifesting against themselves. They work harder, push faster, think more positive thoughts, hustle to get the dream job, the soulmate, the money. But deep down, they're trying to overpower resistance, not release it. It's like stepping on the gas while the parking brake is still on. You can't manifest from tension. You manifest from trust. So the goal isn't more effort, it's less resistance. It's alignment. Section 2. What alignment really means. Let's define it clearly. Alignment equals your thoughts, emotions, actions, and beliefs are all pointing in the same direction. Imagine you want to manifest a new opportunity. Thought, I want it. Emotion, I'm excited. Action, I'm preparing for it. Belief, it's already on its way. That's alignment. Now contrast it. Thought, I want it. Emotion, but I don't believe I deserve it. Action, I keep sabotaging. Belief, it'll probably never happen. That's disalignment, and the universe doesn't respond to your desire. It responds to your signal. Section 3. The energetics of surrender. Alignment requires one thing most people avoid: letting go. Letting go of the how. Letting go of timing. Letting go of control. We fear surrender means weakness, that if we stop pushing, nothing will come. But here's the paradox. The more you let go, the faster it arrives. Why? Because resistance isn't in the world, it's in you. The moment you stop trying to force reality and start trusting it, your energy becomes clean, coherent, magnetic. Section 4. The frequency loop that blocks alignment. Most people live in one of two emotional loops. 1. Loop of lack. I want it. I don't have it. Why isn't it here yet? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I must need to try harder. Repeat. This loop reinforces the absence of the desire. The universe hears, keep it away. Second loop of alignment. I want it. It's already mine energetically. I feel it. I trust it. I act from it. I surrender to the perfect timing. It's unfolding right now. Repeat. This loop reinforces the presence of the desire. The universe hears. Deliver it. What you feel now is what you attract next. So which loop are you living in? Section 5. The subtle art of non-attachment. Let's clarify something. Letting go is not the same as giving up. Giving up, autarky, it's not happening. Low frequency. Letting go, it's already done. High frequency. You're not letting go of the desire. You're letting go of the desperation. Because when you're desperate, you tell the field, I don't believe it's coming. But when you're peaceful, playful, curious, you radiate trust. That trust is magnetic. Section 6. Why your desire has a frequency. Here's what most people miss. Your desire is not just an idea, it's a frequency. The version of you who already has it thinks, feels, acts, and believes a certain way. So instead of asking, how do I get my desire? Ask, how can I become the frequency of that desire? Then start being that version now. This is what alignment really is. Frequency matching your future. And when the match is clean, reality follows. Section 7. How to create alignment daily. Here's a 5-minute alignment ritual. 1. Ask the core question, who do I want to be today? 2. Feel the emotional signature. Feel the feeling of already having what you want, not for hours, just for 60 seconds. Make it real. 3. Take a micro-aligned action. Do one thing that your future self would do, even something small. 4. Surrender the rest. Whisper, I trust the process. I let go of control. I align with what's already mine. 5. Return to presence. Your job isn't to chase, it's to be available. Section 9. Inspired action versus forced action. Let's make this clear. Alignment doesn't mean inaction. It means taking inspired action. What's the difference? Forced action feels anxious, desperate, draining. It's rooted in fear. Inspired action feels exciting, light, intuitive. It's rooted in trust. Example: forced, spamming resumes in panic. Inspired, reaching out to one contact because it felt right. Forced, starting a business to prove something. Inspired, launching because it feels like purpose. Alignment doesn't mean you sit still. It means you move when your soul says go. Section 10. Receiving is an energetic skill. You've been taught how to work, to plan, to build. But were you ever taught how to receive? Receiving is not passive. It's energetic openness. It's the vibration of, I am worthy. I am ready, I allow. And when you reach that state, things start flowing. Synchronicities, opportunities, people, clarity, not because you earned them, but because you match them. This is what happens when you stop chasing and start aligning. Section 11. What if you're not seeing results yet? Let's address this. You've done the work. You've visualized, felt the emotion, stayed aligned, and still nothing. Here's what's likely happening. You're planting seeds, but digging them up every day to check if they've sprouted. You're staying in alignment, but only for the sake of getting results, which is still resistance. You're expecting instant manifestation, when what you really need is to trust divine timing. The universe is not on your timeline, it's on your frequency. Keep tending the energy, keep aligning, and let time take care of the rest. Section 12. You don't have to be perfect, just present. One final truth. You don't have to get this right 100% of the time. You'll have off days, you'll feel fear, you'll lose alignment, and that's okay. The goal is not perfection, it's presence. The more you notice, the faster you realign. Manifestation isn't a reward for doing things perfectly. It's a reflection of how consistently you return to truth. And the truth is this: you are already worthy. You are already powerful. You are already aligned with more than you know. Ask your audience, what are you aligning with today? Declare it in the comments, not to convince anyone, but to calibrate your field. Subscribe for the bonus episode, Putting It All Together, the daily quantum manifestation practice. Because now that you've seen the parts, it's time to live the whole. End screen visuals, a wide open sky, someone walking slowly down a path. No hurry, no chase, just presence and power.